All right, thank you, Kevin. There is a huge problem we need to tell you about tonight. We are talking about a potentially deadly one that is hitting hospitals and families across southern Arizona.
Babies coming into the world hooked on drugs. Only on KOLD News 13, Jenna Lee gives us a look at one woman's account of life as a pregnant addict.
I've been using since I was 7.
This is Kimberly Tilley,
I've never tried to get clean.
a 21-year-old drug addict.
Well, then I found out I was pregnant.
For too long stuck in denial,
I just continued to use, stopped my belly from showing.
in and out of jail,
I wanted to get high again, so I robbed the store that I worked at.
at one point homeless,
So when I got out of jail, I ended up staying in the desert.
and for 5 months.
I became that person that used while she was pregnant.
Now, she's here at the Haven in Tucson, a court-ordered intensive drug rehab program for women.
Just became okay with the fact that I'm going to be a mom.
She hopes her future son doesn't become part of a growing problem happening inside the newborn intensive care unit.
You really twitchy still?
Dr. Bruce Reddix makes his way from one tiny patient to the next,
How you doing?
peeking inside the incubators, checking the monitors, eyeing the fluids. So far this year, a record 38 babies were born addicted at Tucson's medical center. Last year, 26.
These babies are frantic. They may scratch their faces where they bleed. They vomit because they're trying to feed so aggressively. Well, these babies stool a lot, and to the point where they may break down the skin around their anus.
In Arizona, the rate of newborns exposed to narcotics has increased more than 200% in the last 5 years. The constant care and attention can take its toll.
I am overwhelmed with it. A couple years ago, you'd see 1 or 2. Now we have a whole unit.
And that unit was rolled out just this year by TMC as a new approach to lessen their misery because the problem had gotten so bad.
Maybe sort of rewire their brains a little bit so that they actually may be a little more normal in the long run. We don't know.
The Special Nurse Task Force works to soothe, comfort, and calm them with the help of cycled lighting, soft music, aromatherapy, and very few visitors.
I mean, we have some babies who are, withdrawn within 10 days, 2 weeks, and others, it's been months.
And so far, it appears to be helping. But Dr. Reddix tells me it could be 5 years before we know what really works best. And as for Tilley, it's wait and see too.
In recovery, you're always in recovery.
For women like Tilley and many others, TMC's new task force is trying to get them the help that they need to stay clean, so that when the baby is finally healthy, it's going home to a safe place. Jenna Lee, KOLD News 13, live, local, late breaking.
As parents, it's hard to understand how this can happen, but it is so nice to see that there is help there and that she is getting it.
Right. I mean, it's just heart-wrenching, absolutely heart-wrenching. And thank goodness there are doctors and nurses and volunteers who come together to help these babies.
Addiction is powerful. To learn more about how often babies are being born addicted and how you can help volunteer in that neonatal intensive care unit at TMC, you can check out Jenna's report online on our webpage, TucsonNewsNow.com.